Good morning, guys. Well, since we cannot see each other and practice the lessons on the piano, which the most of us do in the classroom, so we're gonna practice some stuff that you need if you wanna play any instrument, not only in the piano, but we're gonna do it especially in the piano, of course. So today we're gonna practice what is a scale, okay? So some of you in the book, all of you play the scale of C, the scale of A minor for Saracen, the scale of G, and etc. Some of you play more than that. But let's unify this information. So what is a scale? Scale, the word scale, comes from a Latin word that means ladder. If you know Spanish, some of you speak in Spanish, you understand that escalera, scale is escalera. So it gives you an idea, okay? So let's say that this is the ladder, right? And we go from do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, di, do. Go from the low note to the high, or it can be backwards, of course. I mean, it can be ascending, goes up, and if you go down, descending. Okay, descended. So that's how the scale can go. Okay, now a scale is a set of musical notes that goes in an organized way. And I'm gonna tell you in a minute how it's organized so you can understand. And when you play, you know how not only to play but also understand what you play. That's gonna help you a lot in the piano. So the scale can be major and minor. I mean, there are many types, many kinds of scales, but we're gonna practice what is a major scale and what is a minor scale. I mean, that's one of the easiest part. A major scale. For example, this is a scale of C. Scale of C. And we're gonna use it as a model. Okay? So, look how it goes, the scale. There is a formula. How it goes. From C to D, there is a whole step. I wanna take you in a minute on the keyboard so you can understand a little more. From D to E, there is another whole step. From E to F, there is a half step. F to G, whole step. G to A, whole step. A to B, whole step. B to C, half step. Now look at this. That's why we have a black key in between the notes. From C to D, there is a black key. From D to E, there is a black key. From E to F, there is no black key. You see it here? From F to G, there is a black key. G to A, another one. A to B, another black key. B to C, no black key. You see that? That's the pattern that we have on the piano or keyboard. 2 blacks, 3 black, 2 black, 3 black. That is because of this thing. Whole step, we can cut it out. We can cut a whole step in 2 half steps. So, by the way, let me say this. Okay, I'm gonna erase this so you understand. Let me say this. The most of you know that the black keys represent a sharp or a flat. So the black keys are sharps or are flat, either way. So this we use this to break a half step in two. I mean, to break a whole step in two half steps. So this is C and this is C sharp, right? That's C sharp. And then D. D can be D, this one, or D sharp. See, we are breaking the step. I hope you understand this. But anyway, we're gonna go slow. So, you know, if you don't understand something, maybe later on you will. Try to rewatch the video as much as you need, okay? So, the scale of C, it goes, let me tell you here. C to D, C sharp in between. D to E, D sharp in between. E to F, nothing in between. See? Because there is a half step. We cannot break the whole step. I mean, the half step, we cannot break it. F to G, black. G to A, black key. A to B, black key. B to C, we cannot break the half step. So, let me erase this. See, why we don't have a black key between E and F and B and C? Because there is a half step in there, and naturally there is a half step, so we cannot break it. So that's the scale. This is a formula. It's gonna happen in every major scale, okay? Please understand this, because I'm gonna ask you to make up some the scale of D, the scale of E later on, and I want you to be able to do it. A whole step, a whole step, a half, a whole step, whole step, whole step, half. That is something that you're gonna see in all of the major scale. Oh, I wrote major in Spanish. Major scale, okay? So for now, we're gonna practice a major scale. Later on, we're gonna practice a minor scale. So please understand this and understand why there is no black key in this. How is the organization in the major scale, okay? So see you soon. Okay, so about the scales. First of all, remember the pattern. There is 2, 3, 2, 3 black keys, okay? There is a set of 2 and a set of 3. And that's repeat all the way until the keyboard finish. Now, whenever you see the 2 keys, the 2 black keys, that's C. The middle C is the C closest to the middle. It's not gonna see the middle. It's not gonna be the half of the piano, but you go on the middle C. When you see, you can see the name. It's gonna be this one. Okay, about the scales. So if you see C and D, there is a black key in the middle. D, E, black key in the middle. And then E to F, no black key. So remember, there is a half step in between E and F, in between B and C. Now, why is important? So before keeping going and make it harder, I'm gonna play the scale of C. And the most that you already know how to play the scale of C. By the way, in the scales you start. If it starts in C, we'll finish in C. If you start in D, we'll finish in D. That's a scale. When we say the scale of C, we're gonna start in C and we're gonna finish in C. Now this formula, that is the half step in between E and F, in between B and C, has to be in every major scale. That's what it's gonna make it a little hard, but wait. We're gonna make it, we're gonna see it, we're gonna do it together. Now, we're gonna play the scale of C with no black keys. We don't need it, because naturally the scale of C is gonna be like the formula is. Whole, half, whole, half. That formula is naturally in here, so we don't need to use sharps or flats. But if we want to do, for example, the scale of G, then look, we have to use, in a moment, we have to use one of the black key to make up the whole step or the half step. Look, if it is the scale of G, it's gonna start in G and finish in G, right? So we're gonna go whole step, G to A, whole step, A to B. Now half step, remember what's the formula? Whole step, half step. So whole, now half step, we don't need to make anything here because naturally there is a half step in there. Now C, D, whole step, D, E, whole step. Now look at here. There is a half step in here, but we cannot do that in the scale of G. So we're gonna use this to extend the distance between E and F. We need it farther. If we do it from here to here, it's gonna be a half step. If we do it from here to here, see, half. So it's making further. So we need the sharp in here. That's why when you play the scale of G, it's gonna be like this. F sharp G. G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. Why? Because remember, the model is the scale of C. And there is a half step in between E and F and a half step in between B and C. B and C is that's the last note, and this is the one before the last one, right? So it had to be like that. So in the scale of G, G is the last one, and the one before the last one is F. So it had to be a half step, see? Half step, okay? So I know it's a little hard, but anyway, so the scale of G is gonna be G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. The scale of C is gonna be C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. The scale of G, G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. Okay, that's for now, only that, okay? So practice at home the scale of C and the scale of G. But also please understand how it goes, how it's organized. Whole step, half step, whole step, half. So let's say whole, half. Whole, half. Okay, one more time. Whole, half. Whole, half. That's gonna be in every scale. And you need to understand, rewatch the video, make question, go online and ask me, send message, anything. So you make sure you understand how it goes, okay? Because we're gonna make all of the scales and you're gonna work on this, okay? You're gonna make it. You're gonna make all of those scales and following the formula. Like when you follow the formula A plus B equals C. That's the same. That's a formula to make addition, right? So this is a formula to make the scale. I'm gonna repeat it again. Whole, half. Whole, half. Whole, half. Whole, half. Steps, okay? All right, I see you soon, guys. Practice.